Good morning, beautiful people. How are you all doing? GM. Preference streamer, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Millet Man. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Ant. Good morning, good morning. How are we all? Wait for a few more people to get in here. And then we'll go over the markets. How did Uno get on inside of London? Does anyone know? Does anyone watch? I'm ready to short and lose. That makes sense. Same. He was flat. He had an oil buy that failed. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's looking like he could have a sell-off here from these highs. We've built up decent volume up here. However, we did the exact same thing yesterday. Built up decent volume, made a new high. However, it looks toppy today. Didn't look toppy before. We'll see. We'll see. Today could be the day. Good morning, Alex. The Lucid eval, John, it's not going too well. You want me to tell you why? Because it's now a funded account. The end. No, yeah, we passed it yesterday. Just one account, Alex. One 150K flex. All the other Lucid accounts I've ever had are for the beta testing when Tradesy was dropping. They gave me like 10 accounts to beta test Tradesy. One account and a dream. Exactly, Tom. Oh, I'm saying. So yeah, it's a funded account. It's my first funded account, 0001, and that's gonna be it. We're gonna take him to the cleaners. AJ's gonna give me all of his money. Which reminds me, Code Lab, Lucid. Afternoon, JL. Did I pass it on the NQ short during the Ninja Trader stream? Um, Yesterday I was long, right? And I got stop break even. Um, what did I do yesterday? I actually shorted yesterday here. No, where was it? 12? Yeah, here. Once it retook out this high, I shorted in here. Where was it? Yeah, right here actually. And I added on the way, so I got into it right here, and then as it sold through, I got back into it, and I believe I got out somewhere like here. This low? Was it this low? It might have been one of these two lows. Yeah. What did I risk on the eval? Well, to be honest, Chase, I was actually just sized um for this to make four grand, I think it was, because I'd already made some money in the chop here, like getting stop break even. I think I was up like $500, or just overall. And I need to make 4 grand on the day, so yeah, that was it. But evals, I'm pretty risk on, right? I can just reset it for a couple of $100 and go again. But yeah, right. Anyway, what do I think of the market today? I think that if we get a hold around this area, I would look to sell something like that in here. This looks very like trappy, you know. You also have divergence. So like for me, this is a really good high. I like this high a lot. So for me, I'm just trying to figure out a way I can sell in here. The only thing I don't like is that the 4 hour swept the low. The hourly is just grinding, slow grinding up, which typically will get a squeeze and then probably rally lower. I probably won't touch this until 9-ish. We'll see. Um, so yeah, I would sell to Asia sell side liquidity as my target. Yeah. Fanny, how's the trading going? I haven't seen you around in a while. But I haven't been on Twitter, so I actually just wouldn't have seen anything. How, is the cat cafe coming along nicely? Yeah, Chris, it's kind of nuts, isn't it? The market just isn't selling into these lows. So this could actually be a really good area for bulls to defend. But we shall see. Naturally, in markets like this, I typically lose more than I win. Hence why why I'm on a funded account now. I know funded trader. I'm going to put it in my bio and everything. Um, Hence why I'm risking down with prop right now. The Catio dream is still on. Try not to pressure yourself with needing to see results straight away. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What strategy is best aligned with you? What do you like to see in summer to put your own money at risk? Honestly, summer is so slow, man. Summer PA is actually some of the slowest PA because typically people in hedge funds, VCs, and all that they go and enjoy summer. It sounds very like, oh, that's probably not true. The algo does this, but like I'm telling you, that's true. Yeah, P and D trading. Yeah, or is it P&L? P&L trading. Trading. Damn. Okay, weekly candle. This doesn't look sustainable. They're gonna have to pull this back at some point. I'm sorry. Just how it's gonna be. Maybe that's not today. Maybe that's with NFP tomorrow, and they get a really sharp pullback inside the range, and they start to look lower. But ultimately, we don't have this. Oh, sorry. We don't have a very big range up here, like as in NQ does. NQ needs to see a correction to around the same spot, like a 2K point correction, which at this point is like a 8% drop. But basically, in the stock market, the last 3 weeks, you would have made 8%. I'm sorry, statistically, that's not going to hang around. So maybe it goes a lot higher, and I'm wrong. But I don't like this just as much as I didn't like this. So maybe we're here, but right now they have to pull this back at some point because buyers are just not going to keep buying the highs of this. However, this is obviously still pulling back, so that's a fact. Intraday, what do we have? Well, we have a daily high. Oh, that's the worst. Bro, I've done that before. I'm about to get trailed out. I'm about to get like breached on this account. I'm like, wait a minute, why am I down 5k now? And now I'm six. What's going on? Oh wait, this is my live account. That's dumb. If you choose one session, London. New York, not London. Sorry. I thought you were asking me where I lived. Anyway, daily high, nice pullback. I want to see a pullback into somewhere like 28, 760s, maybe a little bit higher. And then we sell it. Realistically, all I need is a new hourly high at 9. And then we could look to sell it into some of these lows. I don't like the PA. I don't trust it right now. So we shall see. Same on ES. Crude is back below 100 at $91. So the the hedge correlation needs to break, and maybe it breaks today. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, very very slow markets for someone like me. Gold rallying higher and higher for the week open. Silver the same. Bonds moving higher, which just means not much right now. However, bonds started dumping, and when bonds found a floor and rallied, NQ rallied, and then bonds dumped and NQ found some turbulence, and now that everything's rallying again. So I don't know. The market's very correlated right now. I actually think that we might get some sort of bigger correction. Did you see that the stats for people needing help with their mortgages is back at all-time high again? That's never a good sign. Nevin, I understand that you want like a real deep in educational stream. That is just not what the Lab Live is for, I'm afraid. There will be more content on that in the coming weeks, months. Until that drops, I apologize, but you're just gonna have to hang around and see, figure it out. Ask me more specific questions. Ask Claude. There's some nice short logical query type for NDog. Yeah, I don't really use that. I'm short, but not very confident. I'm also in short. Okay. Can you been hands off for the last 2 to 3 months? When will you put your foot down again? Because all-time high can keep going for the next 5 months or so. Yeah, I don't really care about that. It's just not the way I trade. Like, you have to understand something. I'm not paid to participate in the market. If if someone wants to say, okay, in every trade that you place, I'll pay you 5 grand, I'll trade every day full size Mazo. You know? Not Mazo, sorry, Lion. I've combined the messages. But if not, then I'm gonna wait until I think the market is primed for me. And until then, I'm not stressed for money. I'm not like desperate for it. So like I'm not in a rush to trade it, you know? Yeah. I got a short yesterday at 12, right? That was actually the time I got a short. The market like grinds up, they give it up and they let bears win and then they come back in just after lunch and go again. So you can almost imagine a guy sitting in a hedge fund and being like, right, we're hitting buy every fucking minute. Just gonna keep soaking everything up and then he goes on lunch, the sellers win for a little bit. Yo, Joey. Do I use YM? I do not. I don't actually look at YM practically ever. I mean, they get below here, you're kind of chilling, right? You just actually need to see a decent closure below 710s. Realistically, I would like to fade 770s, 780s. Tighten validation for like 820s, like 40 points. And then if they can get back below here, I'm chilling. I basically sold the push. Power almost gone. I don't think power is the problem though, to be honest. I think Power got way too much hate as well. So I think he was really good. Navigated probably one of the hardest financial times of our life, COVID. I think we come out of it pretty well. He inherited a big debt bubble. It hasn't increased as much under him, and that's it. Yeah, yeah. You got to understand that like they're all inheriting a bad situation, right? Did too much printing in COVID, but managed a soft landing. I don't think they really had a choice, my friend. I think it was get on board or get out. Joey, sometimes I get stopped out in Rio, but like I typically try not to because I feel like it's an emotional decision more often than not. Like I don't have a good validation. Like sometimes, like let's just say that I short here, right, and we're trading down here at New York Open. The amount of times I'm like, they push the open, and then I'm like, wait a minute, this is 50%. If they come and grab like a wick that's like resting here, right, or something, and they come and grab it and take me out and reverse, that would make sense to me. But I can't let this thing rally like that because I would just be in the fucking worst mood in the world. So I just have to be reactive, right? And if that means I get stopped out, I get taken out and get straight back in, I'm the one that has to take that risk then. Matthias, like you have to understand, like I would risk as small amount as possible, especially if you get if I'm fully starting over again, like I don't know how to trade. I wish someone would have said to me like just trade the lowest size possible. So you have a skin in the game and you're able to track whether you're up and down or whether something's working. Because it's better that way. Yeah, it just depends. It's a choice, isn't it? Context is very important in trading. It's very, very important. The guy at 725 is really pissing you off. Yeah, he just keeps stepping in. He's like, I can sense that Sean's in this trade and I don't want him to win. Trading ruined your reality of money. Yeah, I think that just at some point you have to evolve. Like, we're in the process of closing a completely different business outside of trading. We're in the process of closing a deal right now, and that deal's going to net us 100K a month for probably a very long time. And when I sat there and had the conversation, like, if I was to tell my grandma or my dad or my mum, yeah, we're about to close this deal and it's going to make us 100 grand a month for probably ever, or at least until, the service is running, people wouldn't even comprehend that, So, like, there is a reality of it, but also I just surround myself with people that keep me humble. But also, I like to live outside my comfort zone sometimes. So, oh, I do mind you asking, Seb, actually. No offense. I just wanted to give oh, what's it called? Actually, let me rephrase that. I don't mind you asking. I don't want to answer. That's the truth. I brought it up so you have the right to ask. But um, but yeah. But again, no one sees the time, the effort that's gone into, and money that's gone into making that. It's a webcam business. Yeah, JL works for us. If you want to see his feet, you can subscribe and view his webcam business. It's $24,000 an hour. And we have one guy that comes on for 5 hours and we take 100 grand. That's it. Yeah, that's the business. But yeah, Jack, you can never go work for someone else for 50 grand a year, that's for sure. Why am I not trading right now? What do you want me to do? Long, short. More importantly, why are you not trading for me? How many people in the UK would actually go in to work on a real prop desk out of interest? I'm intrigued to that question. Depends where it is. I wouldn't. I'm intrigued. What are your thoughts on the UAE situation? Would you start a business up there at the Mo? You can start a business in the UAE, yeah. Why not? Is this Mateus, the guy on Twitter, Mateus, or not? Did you get most of your money from prop firms, Kane, or your own live account? Prop definitely gave me the head start. Yep. I had a huge setback in my life when FTX went bankrupt. So prop kind of got me back on solid ground there. So without prop, I probably wouldn't have anywhere near the money I have today. And I don't mind admitting that. Bankrupt in trading. FTX went bankrupt and they had my money on them at the time. On a 1K live account, I think a 1K live account is probably too small. Because basically every trade you would be risking 10% of your balance because you can't really get into a micro and risk like, yeah. Walking into a prop desk and say you trade ICT concepts. Imagine walking into a prop desk and being like, yeah, I'm profitable because I reset my TPT accounts, yeah. It's the same logic. How's your personal account then? Share your thoughts on why FTMO is not allowing future trading. Who wants the source? Who wants the source? FTMO are coming to the futures market this year. In fact, sooner than one might think. Who's going to the Who's going to go to the Ninja Trader meetup in June? Anyone? Or who's going to try at least? I can see if I can pull strings. Not swing rules. Yeah, I can't imagine they would swing. Where's that? It's in London, Jack. You want to come? 18th of June. If you go over to the Ninja Trader chat and find there's a link to a the form, like a sign up form. However, if you want, what I'll do is I'll get a list of people that I want to bring, and I can just tell them, look, these are the people. Is it together with the CFD prop event? You mean um the CFD prop event is from Prop Firm Match, right? I actually think that that's just a prop firm event because Brett and Traderfy are going. Lucid are also going. Lucid invited me to go with them. So I don't think it's the same event because I think they're on different. Like one's on the 18th of June. The Ninja Trader stuff's on the 18th of June, and that prop event's on the 27th or 28th. That's at the end. Ninja didn't respond to Iranian people. I don't think that's true. They might not allow people from Iran to trade, but I don't think that that's a Ninja thing. That's a CME thing. Jack, I'll find it, bro. It's gonna be, it'll be hard to find it. I'll find it. I'll send it to you. You're long 28769. No, that's the goal. I was about to say, are you long in the future? Anyway, FTMO will be at that event. That's why I bring it up. So $500 on a 50K, that's four trades and you're done, right? I think it's a bit much. Really, what I really want to short is this. What's my consistency rule on Lucid Flex? If I'll happily go look, but I just want to know if anyone knows for me. 40%? 50%? Oh, zero unfunded. Oh, okay. So unfunded, it's just what, 5 trading days? You know what, boys and girls, I shouldn't be asking you this, considering we have a whole ass website where I can just click view and ask and see that. Flex 150K. Five profitable trading days of 250 a day. And how much can I get paid out? The max is 3K per payout. Dude of the man, how are you, sir? Guys, when Leo comes on around 9, I'll be running downstairs to feed my dogs quickly. What was if too many people that shorted got paid? Yeah, that's a very complex question that I don't have the answer to. Here are a few insider secrets. Do you use indicator to manage trades? No. Gotta make lunch. See you soon, Sean. And Kane, I also think the market sometimes progress recharges mentally, making everyone go long. I think that you've been indoctrinated a little bit too much, my friend. But Des, I think that you should really like risk like 200 or 250 a trade. You want to give yourself as many lifelines as possible, especially if you're sensitive to buying accounts, which you should be because getting the habit of just buying accounts is reckless. Okay, we have a new hourly high here, and we have nothing in that. Wait, the 3 minute. I'm probably going to leave this trade on. So all I need to do is I need to be out of the buffer on flex, right? It's actually not something there. So if I make 3 grand on a flex and over 5 days, I can just get paid 3 grand. Is that what you're telling me? Elements. Oh, I can only draw 50% of the profit on flex, so I need to make 6. Light work. 6 divided by 5 is what? I need to make $1,200 a day. It's up to 3K, no? On 150Ks. I already checked that. Yeah, sweet. So we're going for. And then we're going to roll the 3 into four more evals. And then we're going to do that. AMES. I just think that you're overthinking things, my friend. and you're like spamming chat with this wall of text I'm just not reading right now because it's just I think it's a little far fetched some of the things you're saying. It's a free market, so for someone, but you're saying like for every A there has to be B. Of course, there has to be because it's free market. If someone is buying, someone has to sell to the buyer. That's the way the free market works. So yeah, it's a free market. Winners and losers. It's a zero sum game. When you win, someone loses, and when someone loses, you win. Or someone wins. I'm currently trading this 150k funded account. This Lucid funded. I could do five. I want to do one. I want to kind of roll one payout into five, four more evals, and then see where we go from there. See if we can roll 3k into like a max payout or even move to live. Tanner, I will send everyone the link shortly. Is a profile on desk a real idea or just curious? Just curious, really. I want to know how many people. Why has it just kicked me out? Can you just take my screen off for me, really? While I just log back into this Lucid account. Yep, we're back in. Yeah, I was just curious to how many people would travel like 10, maybe like half an hour into an actual desk every day, or at least like two, UK time, like 8 till whatever time, trade the New York session, something like that. Do I analyze the market before and each day with other people? No, no, I don't. Yeah, because I think the 5 is nice. Do I have an idea? Do you have an idea you're coming into a bullish day? I just kind of work off the daily time frame, really. Do I do one-on-ones? I do not. What makes me bearish today? Daily high. Nice price action out of it. Divergence with ES. They're gonna front run me. Sad times for Kane. Anyone trade today? Anyone up, down? Man, suddenly everyone's got over $1 million in payouts, you know? Have you noticed that recently? How many what? How much money from prop firms? Close to the 3 mil? Man, they're really just they're gonna buy it back here, maybe send it a little bit higher into our sell order. Maybe. That would be nice. Oh, when did I start trading? 11 years ago. However, like seriously, probably closer to 5, yeah. What makes you trust the highway your stop is? There's divergence up there, so if I'm wrong probably for the day. They probably just send it higher so I can switch bias to long and wait for something else. You think it's realistic to make 100K from 4 years trading prop firms? Realistic? Probably not. Doable? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. It's pretty painful looking for shorts. Yeah, pretty much, Andrew. Most of them do, yeah. Sadly, the days of high 7-figure payouts are probably done. At least from a sim account. You can still do like the TPT Lanto route. Who saw the new AP Swatch collab? That's crazy, by the way. Who said that? But you got some really weird views. I'm just gonna say that. You probably need to start taking everything with a pinch of salt. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. How's it going?
Chilling, you? Waiting to try and short this thing.
Oh, very nice. Trying to sh short Nasdaqistan.
Yeah, yeah, I am. Yeah,
Very
like
nice.
I like the hoodie.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I actually just got it yesterday. It's an O'Neill one.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think they're gonna run without me. I'm trying to short 774, like some pullback up there, but I think they sold it out of the value area high again, and now they're gonna go lower. But I
Yeah.
won't chase it.
Looking at this right now. I'm just popping on the charts here, looking at this. This 4 hours pretty lame on the four.
I'm just gonna go feed my dogs, boys and girls. So I'm gonna be back in like 10 minutes.
We'd go for it. Morning, chat. George, Len, what's up? Leo, my brother, happy Friday. Happy Friday Eve. I love that. Happy Friday Eve. That's great. It's about element evolutions. It only takes 2 to 3 trades a week. Can't wait for a 5 minute extreme. Good morning. How are we all doing? Good morning, everybody. We're just hopping on the charts here, so I'm not ready to give you guys a consensus on market yet, just because I need to actually look at what market is doing for myself first. As of right now, what I'm seeing is we don't have any active SMT at the highs between any of the given indices for right now. Kane uses vulnerable. Hello, what's up, Slim Trady? And Panos, what is up? Good morning, good morning. How are we doing? Make sure you guys are liking the stream. I see all the usuals coming in here. No SMT at the highs right now, which is what I'm looking for. Chill day today. Don't think I'm getting involved today, guys. Fair enough. Hey, Pookie, what's up, Aleeks? Auntie, good morning. We have been smashing some payouts recently, Chad. I can't lie. We've been kind of feeling groovy with it. I think I have a chance for another payout as of right now. Yeah, I do have chance for another payout as we speak. So I think I'm going to request that before the open on the my funded accounts. So I think I'm probably going to promote or not promote that. I think I'm going to get a payout here just before the open. Anyways, you rock them if you wrap it up. Yeah, dude, the daily payouts are crazy. What's your risk approach on a 50K funded? Anywhere between 150 to $250 of risk per trade, Matthias. Leo, what's your risk per trade on my phone to get that payout? Well, I mean, I'd kind of built a buffer the first day it got passed because I hit a really big trade. And then after that, I'm doing about $300 of risk per trade. Can you do some Bitcoin analysis? Yeah, I can do some Bitcoin analysis. I don't typically trade Bitcoin, just to be 100% honest with you, but I'm sure we can definitely look into it. Yeah, chat, as of right now, markets on the 4 hour and daily look still like I want to say that I want to see it look more bullish, but as of right now, have a 4 hour sweep which occurred, a daily sweep and a 4 hour and 6 hour sweep, which for me is relatively bearish. Like if we see a sweep occur like this, typically I want to see price run away from it. Also, we want to see if we can form the wick as well. So as of right now on the daily, looking like this wick formation occurred. ES and NQ both following suit here did both sweep out the previous daily 6 hour and 4 hour high. So as of right now, that's what I'm looking to see is potential lower prices on NASDAQ and ES for today. Hourly framework looks pretty crummy as well. We formed a C2 on ES and no C2 on NASDAQ since we didn't get a given trade entry on that. 15 as well does look relatively bearish, especially with this sweep out of the 15-minute high, no SMT. So yeah, we'll likely see trend continue lower. Just to be 100% honest, though, chat, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing right now. I think it's going to be a little interesting for me and whether or not I actually get involved in this market, but we will see. We will see. Take some time to build buffer, then right on a 50K. Yeah, of course. I had one really big day on it though. Um, I had one really big day, and that actually is what led to a that's what led to me having a much bigger buffer than before. So I'm trying to see why I can't request. So, bit of a bearish leg right now on NQ happening. So see how we can capitalize on that. As of right now, I'm not seeing too much. MGC is continuing higher, MNQ continuing lower. Honestly, YM looks a little cleaner here when it comes to this movement, and we do have an active SMT, is it? Let's see. We do have an SMT on YM and NASDAQ right now as well. So closure confirmation here on the 15 will give us a decent short signature on NQ. I mean, I guess you could go for either here. But as of right now, that's kind of what I'm looking at. We do have a very nice short signature forming. So Kane looking to short up at those highs is not a bad idea, especially with that SMT divergence. So SMT likely going to see trend continue lower then, which will be fun to see how that plays out. Trying to ask the support why I can't get my payout right now. Bitcoin analysis. Let's do some BTC, shall we? Wow, Qs are almost at 700. Bitcoin, we're going lower on Bitcoin right now, right off the 5 minute. Hourly and 4 hour looks like it's a bit of a consolidation before we expand higher. Still in a very good daily bullish trend right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bitcoin slowly make its debut back up into the high 80,000s right now. No large imbalances right now. We'll likely see um, we'll likely see trend continue higher on Bitcoin here from what I'm seeing. Weekly profile looks bullish, except we might reject a little bit off of this weekly fair value that formed right here. We have this weekly fair value gap, so we'll likely see price retrace into the encroachment, which it did. A little bit of a reject. If we inverse this, we'll definitely look for high 90s again then. How long have you been trading? I've been trading since 2019. So trying to ask the support ticket how I can request this payout. Yeah, chat. As of right now, hard for me to framework something. I just don't like the higher time frame profile, so I don't really feel inclined to want to get involved when market doesn't really present a really good setup like this. I'm just not seeing a really presentable, like these shorts look decent, and the short on YM actually looks pretty decent as well. But other than that, I'm not really seeing much that excites me at the moment, just to be frank, chat. Mm, yeah, we do have this bearish leg forming now. This is definitely looking like it's going to continue lower. Um, NASDAQ looks bearish. YM looks bearish. We'll likely see price definitely continue lower here on both assets. So that's what I'm looking for at the moment. Yeah, it looks like we might even get this. But that was on the 5, that was on the 15 here, but we have the C2 closure here. That looks relatively bearish. No on our wick. Yo, yeah, CJ, I'm not a big fan of what I'm seeing right now. It might be hard for me personally to get involved in this market, but we'll see what we can do. See what type of damage we can do about that. Mm, Is it because I have to wait 1 day for it? I'm confused. Interesting. Yeah, chat definitely looking like we're going to continue lower here though. On general price, probably retrace into the 15. Oh, that's the 15-minute 60 here. 5 minute on YM. YM looks like it's going to retrace into this imbalance that formed upon the SIST closure, then continue trend lower. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see YM kind of tank at the open here because I do think these shorts look really nice.
I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. We'll see, chat. Keep the screen like this, please. What do you mean, Sean? Just how I have it right now? Prove your edge. It does feel wrong to short these markets.
Sorry, we closed it like 3, 4 months ago now. Maybe it's closer to 3 months.
No.
Food stamps all Lambo. Good luck.
Isabel, good luck. Yeah. Big amps.
But Isabel, you can hang out with us here every day for free. Would you not rather that? I'd rather that.
Dude, I know. We got all of us. Got some big folks over here absolutely smashing in these markets. It's a good opportunity for you to get involved. And I've been living without you. Well, there goes YM continuing lower as anticipated, chat. Looking like we're definitely going to see a continuation of this short signature here. We have about 15 minutes until the open. You got to find futures. Yeah, that's awesome. Futures so much better mentally than options market when I'm coming from. Same level of effort as far as scalping techniques, just so much easier than options deek. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like if the mistake a lot of people make is options. If you're trying to trade options properly, do you require a lot more capital than futures? Right. It's because when you're trading options, if you don't have a lot of capital, but you're trading 0 DT or 1 DT expiration, the theta decay is going to destroy you versus futures. If you just buy a prop firm account for $80 or $50, you're able to have a lot more leverage with limited capital invested originally. So absolutely, I can see your point. Good morning, my slime. What's up, Miami Slayer? Mm-hmm. Piss poor PA for you. Don't blame you. I'm not a fan of this either. This is pretty ugly. So for me, this is the type of market where I'm just gonna wait to see how the open plays out and play off the open. But as of right now, not a fan of this chat. Dude, the QQQ weekly chart looks insane as well, chat. We're about to hit 700 on Qs. Absolutely diabolical.
How long did it take you to build that $1 million payout? 72 days, $2.2 million, 300K over 60K payouts every 10 days, and a $1.8 million payout at the end.
All right, there's why I'm tapping into the 5 minute imbalance here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see this as an expand, if we see price expand away from this, or sorry, reject off of this imbalance and continue lower. Rooks for me, it's the rapid, but I just tried it out the other day for fun, and it's I mean I just because I'd never ever tried a daily payout structure, and then I was like, oh, I'm curious to see what that's like, so I'm trying it out, and I happen to really like it, so I have no issues with it. We chat about 12 minutes to the open. Just nothing for me to do here. Good morning, Jeff. Sup, Fletch? Green unfunded, blown, and eval. Are you trading? What? How come you're trading this pre-market PA, Sean? If you say you don't like it, why are you trading it? I'm so. What's up, Kevin? Let's have a day. Yes, sir. What's up, Yip Smith? Howdy, howdy.
They're coming back for me.
Slowly but surely. Dude, YM is pumping off that. Nice little 50-point pump on that candle in that 5 minute. Zays, typically I do, because if I'm copy trading, I do a little heavier size recently in terms of risk for this. So I'm doing 250 to 350, $400 of risk per trade, but that's also just because most of the time I know that I mean, I'm consistent to the point now where I can size in more with limited risk or less less inclined risk than if I weren't. So typical range is like 250 to 400 for me. That was some new material. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. On 50Ks, yeah. But typically I'd say recommended should be around 150 to 250 or even 100 to $250, $250 risk. For cross trading, Isabella, no. I have not personally.
No, you can, as long as you're not copying your favorite mentor tick by tick or whatever. You could trade a Lucid account and a Tradeify account the exact same way, and then yeah, you can you can kind of chilling above yesterday's value. Is it a gap up?
Otherwise, AJ will catch you. Like even this 3 minute profile chat, just I don't know, not a lot for me to be super interested in trading right now. I don't know. Not my cup of tea, chat.
Man, they fucking done nothing for an hour and a half.
What's up,
Can't
Drew?
believe it.
AJ is more grounded being able to speak to prop. Fair. What's up, Droopy Balls? Oh boy, that's a funny name. Looks like a tight base for the market to surge out from at the open. Honestly, that's what it seems, right? At this point, especially with this 5 minute, looks like in the next 7 minutes we'll just see this pop. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sweep out of the 6 o'clock low and then just expand higher off that. But
You might be
this is
cooking it.
kind of a dead day. This is Thursday. We have NFP tomorrow, so keep in mind this is pre NFP day. So I don't know. We'll see whether or not we can frame something to get involved with.
Nick,
I might cook
what peptides did she say you should get on?
probably enclomiphene, GHK. What's up, Nick? Re NAD plus Reddit True Tried and CMAX. Oh boy. Chat, we'll see. We have about 5 minutes until the open now. We will see what happens. Use it yourself? No. I have a lot of friends on it though. I personally don't use any, but I have a lot of friends that run them.
The
Doing
ones
Reddit,
Ryan's
very
on.
nice.
I can't lie, Ryan looks better now than he's ever looked.
The one Ryan's on, yeah. He's uh he's
Just
looking
make
like
sure
a
you
happy.
use Ryan's code at checkout. He needs to feed his kids.
Oh my God. Feed his kids is hilarious. Yeah, 5 minutes before the open is definitely probably not the wave, but who knows, man. And I was living without you. Hello, what's up, Justin? Probably gonna be a chop fest. We'll see. It is pre-NFP. If we there's a chance YM rejects off this, fails this inversion, we just send it higher. Who knows, man? There's levels to it. And Q rejecting a bit here. All right, chat. 2 minutes till the open. Day before, yes. Great tip on trading gold in the 15 minute. When you enter long, are you holding your trades? I scalp on the 2 minute, but I whiplashes. I typically look for just a 1.5 to 2 R when trading gold in the 15. That's like my typical rule of thumb. When it comes to trading that, probably gonna be a chop fest. See reason for why I'm to shoot down first. Yeah. I mean, now we do have an active SMT with NQ, so it does seem like YM's gonna want to push lower from that SMT.
It's going to be a slow session, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, does he still be putting his shoe on wrong foot? Evens
That's
out for
right.
him. Oh my God. Alrighty. 1 minute left. Day before NFP type. Shit, you know it. We'll see what incarnation's about to happen today, man. I feel like NQ is likely going to drop here off this. SMT at the high. YM's rejecting off this. It failed this inversion, so it's rejecting higher. Honestly would like to see NQ just tank here. Next 30 seconds.
Same. However, I would have liked to have sold it at 28, 750, 770s.
True. Or maybe NQ's just feeling frisky today, man. Can't
Feeling
blame it.
frisky.
Whiskey. Holy cow, NQ. All right. Cheers. Meow.
Sean, did you stay in?
Here's the pop on YM here off the fair value gap.
Isabel's a degenerate. She's like, and a full 15 contracts on your evals.
Well, chat. YM is continuing higher. Rejected off the failed inversion here. NASDAQ continuing lower. NASDAQ reswept out the high though before continuing lower. Likely going to see NQ continue this We'll see though, because it also is flipping. My trading view is lagging a lot right now. No framework for me right now, that is for sure. Major gap in data here on YM. Very nice. NASDAQ swept out previous 30-minute low. We'll see if we even get a long signature off that. YM formed a long signature now. It's kind of ugly, chat. This is a pretty ugly open. All right. Gentlemen, how are you today? Dean doing well. No trades from me yet, just kind of day before NFP, scouting this open, seeing if we can capitalize on something for all of you, or alongside, or with all of you. Qs are probably on their way to the 700s today. It's going to be an interesting day.
Not bad, Dean. Not bad. Just chilling.
You can't lie, Kane. This is an ugly though. Peace out. Thanks for the morning. I'll got my 30-point W. There you go, Justin. Very nice. Have a great rest of your day, boss. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream if you guys have not already. Got over 250 of you in the stream right now. So if you guys do enjoy these streams, regardless if we're trading or not, there's always a value being thrown into these streams and time and effort. So it helps us out a lot, supports us, and also allows you guys to have an opportunity to trade live alongside us. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys are.
ES going down, NQ going up. Makes me want to sell NQ.
Why I'm also rejecting heavily swept out that high. Honestly, I can't lie, chat. I'm looking at these YM shorts right now quite intensively. On the three, I'm looking at these 3-minute shorts on YM here. If we can get below if we can get below 5113 here, I might go short on YM. So I like shorts in general. Massive manipulation out of the highs here on YM. And YM also swept out the 3 o'clock high, aka London high. So this looks good for YM here, chat. Would likely go short signature here at the change in state of delivery. Stop it. I'd probably just do that 66-point stop at that protected high target of 1.5. And she's already running away from me, but I do like this regardless, chat. We also do have a current SMT with NASDAQ. Now that NASDAQ is being weird and continuing higher, we have a major SMT. So if this 3-minute confirms in 37 seconds, I'm likely going to put my stop at the base of that SMT high on YM since it is the lead stronger SMT in this pair and look to go short for 1.5R.
I feel like I'm high.
What?
Just ES and NQ, they're just actually not even doing anything the same.
I know, it's complete lack of correlation. I can't lie. We're about I think yeah, all right. I'm looking for these YM shorts here. I'm gonna tag these and I'll be taking micro YM with these. NASDAQ, I still want to see go lower. I think there's no reason I think you should be going higher right now based on profile. And okay. tagged into a few YM here. Rest of my contracts are at the limit for that SIST. I'm in with 8 contracts right now on this. I've got a 73-point stop targeting 1.5R. Rest of my contracts do currently lie at the change in state of delivery, but so far we're already up 36 points on YM. I want to see that. I want to see NQ and ES get weak and just YM shoot lower, chat. Because good reject on Nasdaq here. Wow. There we go, YM. I want to see strong 3-minute closure here on YM. There's a chance we do have a gap. We have a fair value that's likely to form on this 3-minute that we might see price retrace into. So there is a chance we'll see a little bit of drawdown. But if Nasdaq and ES can gain some relative weakness here, I think YM's going to just plummet. So far, so good though. We're up 50 points on YM. Once again, I am trading micro YM on this. I'm just trading more contracts on micro YM. Didn't feel comfortable taking minis, especially with the way ES and NQ are moving. Told you why I'm shorts. Yeah, we never was opposed for it. I just didn't like that we failed that inversion and popped higher. But at the open, once we manipulated out all those highs, yeah, there still is a chance that YM is going to want to continue back into the change in state of delivery here. But I do like our current fill. Very strong fill. We got filled at 50,106. We're at 50,067 now. It's a pattern that is doing it. Took the high, closed at 125 points. Very nice. Ooh, great movement here on YM. Exit YM short. Very nice, guys. Yeah, I took the 3-minute. I could have taken the 1-minute higher here, but I wanted to wait for the full London sweep, which we saw. So see this 3-minute close relatively well.
Okay, I'm finally in that 5-minute.
All right, YM likely going to tag me into my full position size here if we get into the SIST now. Yeah, I trade 50K fundeds. NQ tapped back into the SIST twice now. Being a little weird, but all right.
Yeah, micro scalping on micros is it can get nuts.
Really good move here on YM now, up nearly 60 points. If this tags out, this is going to be a 110-point trade, which would be very nice. Also, yeah, we do have, I want to see it take out the 636 low here. Closure below the 636 and a break even on YM as well, just a heads up.
But NQ is
Like
actually just doing its own thing.
it's actually doing its own thing. It's crazy. Nice, that's 65 points on YM.
How do they work out points on YM? Because is on points and ticks the same on YM?
I just consider them the same. YM. It's just
YM moves
people
uh,
use ticks on YM though.
uh,
I want this strong 3-minute closure back below the 936 low. Yeah, like with YM, it's the same. It's 4 ticks for a full point. Oh, all right. I want this closure back below the 936 here. Still have an active SMT with NQ here on with Wyman and NQ. We have this active SMT, obviously, because Nasdaq's doing its own thing, but still an SMT there, which I'm hoping will send YM lower. Big reject here on NQ. Definitely not the 3-minute closure I wanted on YM, but that's all right. See how we can capitalize on that regardless. Shorted NQ again, yeah. Very nice. I want to see NQ back below VWAP as well. I have VWAP open on the trade of 8. Be really nice if we see NQ back below VWAP, closure below, rather than reject off of it, because it keeps rejecting off VWAP. Got to form the first 15-minute range here on Qs as well. Good movement here on NASDAQ. These shorts look really a lot more promising now. We're back below VWAP as well, likely trace back and then continue lower. Top break even. YM's being a little idiot right now, but that's all right. A little bit of if I don't get this closure below the 936 on YM, I'm likely going to close this trade early. I might also manage my risk on this by using this top of this fair value gap as my new stop. Just because market looks a little wonky. NASDAQ looks extremely wonky. YM's likely just going to trace back into the 60, fill some more orders there, and then continue lower. But already, let's tag into those rests. What's at the 16 there? All right. Stop is in play. We got tagged into a few more micro YM here at the change in state of delivery. So we'll see what happens now, chat. Holy cow. Big move on the NASDAQ right now. NASDAQ is continuing lower. We have an SMT at the highs. No.
Yeah, my short's running now.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. Not a fan of YM though. YM is being weird now, chat. 3-minute is closing relatively strong here. Yeah, George, looks like we might see it tag out. If this fair value doesn't hold, we're likely going to get tagged out on YM. YM's doing the exact opposite of NASDAQ right now, by the way. It is the exact opposite. Like if I invert YM's chart, it's NASDAQ right now. So if this fair value holds, I'll be in luck. If not, likely going to get tagged out here on YM. Checking out. I flat 440 up on an eval, chickened out. That's up 440 is very good. That's a short signature on NQ now. Nice, dude. That's 60 short. Oh, that looks really good. See, now NASDAQ looks so much cleaner than. Oh my God, it's gonna run, dude. Look at NASDAQ on this 3.
I just need
Holy
20
cow.
more points and I'm out.
You targeting like 690, 689?
690, yeah.
Yeah. Six and nine low in play as well. This is beautiful. All right, I want to see why I'm get back into back below this fair value ideally. There we go. Reject out the fair value. We'll see why I'm continuing to TP, but patience now for me.
Short's not over, boys and girls. I won't close this early, so my stop's at the open range, just below the open range high. And my TP's at 28,690. This will be my only trade for the day though. Like I'm not I have to dip in 10, 15 minutes, so I will this will be a one and done for me.
Fair enough. Great move here on YM. Good reject off of the fair value. It's exactly what I want. It's actually hilarious. YM and Nasdaq are completely polar opposites. YM tanks and Q's pumping.
Yeah, so when people tell me to use them for divergence, I think you're smoking crack when you say that.
Great move here on YM. Nice. Back up 33 points. I'm a big fan of this. Huge 3 minute on YM.
I'm
Reclose back
trailing
below
now.
here. Nice, dude. This is what?
I just trailed my trade.
Nice.
I don't want to see it now come back to the open range. Like
Yep.
at least trade through what just tested.
That's completely fair. Alrighty. Good movement on YM here. Just gonna let this baby play out now.
Why didn't you take ES? You ever see me take an ES trade?
I'll never.
I actually sadly think I might get grabbed here, so I'm just gonna put it back where it was and leave it. It's not really gonna cost me anything. Why did I take this trade? It was the 5 minute from the leg down. So if we go on the 5 minute,
Fernando, no, I didn't. I did not. I said I wanted to see I was thinking about it and I didn't because I wanted to see this fair value hold. Because with micro IM, there's really not a lot of risk with micro IM contracts. So I wasn't, just
okay,
wanted to
so
see this.
pre-market, I just said like this: if we get a pop outside of this area, I'll most likely look to fade it, and then basically highlighted this 5 minute up here. This is nice reversal structure. We have divergence here with um NQ taking the high, ES not taking the high. So ES is obviously weaker. That's fine. However, I just wanted to see some sort of pop out of this very, I guess, volume value area. You know, it's not the value area, but it's just something that I drew. It held, it held, it held, it held. It's held, it's held, it's held. Pop it, and then just kill it off. Trade through all of this. That was kind of my idea. If they run it now, they run it now. But ultimately, that was the trade idea, and that's it now for me.
Mhm. Was asking Leo why he took YM instead of ES. I didn't even check the ES chart. I just didn't like the way that open was with it. YM looked relatively clean, and YM also swept out the London high for me and formed an SMT off of that. So I had more reason to want to take YM than ES. Also, as of right now, if we get a closure below this 939 low, I'll be break even on YM, and likely take a few partials out here. We are up 68 points on YM currently. All right, that's 80 points. We're getting close here. We're about 20 points off of my TP. Yeah, of course, Caesar. Anytime. I just, with this minute, when you see such a strong manipulation and it starts to immediately expand to the opposing side, for me, that gives me lots of reason to believe in, I mean, in those shorts. Also, we might get taken out here on the 3. This looks really good on YM. We're up about 100 points now. I haven't even taken partials yet, so I think I might just leave this for full TP, but I also don't want to be a dick for a tick.
Element, it's actually funny you say that. I have some glasses being made. That's an actual fact. They have some being made. I don't know if I'll sell them, but we'll see. We'll see what the quality comes out like.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys, we're tied at a WAM. I was 105 points on WAM there. 1.5 R secured on these WAM shorts. Bing bang. In total, that trade, I mean, smaller trade for me, but on all the funded accounts, $509.32 secured. Bang bang. Good YM shorts here. Fair value gap held. Stop at the S&T high here, targeting a 1.5. I was also targeting this relevant low, the 636 low. But yeah, 105 points on YM. We're out. We're out full, and also no partials taken. That was a full. That was full size taken out at full TP. What a short. That was great. That's two for two on AM session this week. So we are out. Very nice. That was good management as well there. We formed an SMT once we swept out this fair value gap. We held the fair value, and as I mentioned, if we hold this fair value on the 3, we'll likely see YM continue to that TP, and that's exactly what ended up happening. So really great trade. Honestly, chat, I'll see whether or not I'm going to be taking one more trade today, but up $500 pre NFP, so I'm quite happy about this. Each account, I'm up 509 on every account on all my copy traded fundeds, and then I'm up 1,000, or I'm up 1,007 on the personal. I trade my personal account with 2x ratio than my fundeds. Was this just based off of liquidity sweep and SIST? Didn't consider CNC. Yeah, this was just off of the 930 manipulation of the London high, immediately followed by an SMT divergence, and we confirmed the SMT. Then I grabbed a market order entry on the retrace, set my limit for my full price limit at the SIST, got tagged into a few more contracts when we retraced back into the SIST, and let this babe run. So YM's now likely just going to continue lower quite aggressively too, chat. Just a heads up. We're below 50K now on YM again, but that was great.
I just got stopped out on my trade, by the way. Like it's in break even, not break even. I'm up like $300 or something. Can't remember exactly what it was. $150. Yeah, they just bought it out of the low, to be honest, and ES is not doing it, so it is what it is.
Yeah, chat. Wow, YM's likely going to continue lower here. Yeah, the actual correlation between YM and NQ is absolute complete piss today. Side note, bought 3 MFF Pro account using lab code. Thanks. The GOAT. That's the way to do it. Nice. So like a $350 risk and the 50K funded on YM. Correct. Actually spot on. That was literally almost my exact route. I think it was like, to be honest, I think it was like 322, 323 from, if I do the math. Wait. Yeah, about 322, 323. So yes. Full TPN key long. Very nice, Joey. Joey.
I'd
Jeez.
actually take this trade if it came back through again.
What is this pump up? Oh my god. Qs look like they're making their way up to 700, chat. Jeez Louise.
Joey, that mindset will get you wrecked, my friend. Taking the money and running is always a better option. Have your target, get out of your target, let the market do what it wants to do.
At 10 o'clock could even be a secondary trade on YM. If 10 o'clock opens here, we retrace into the massive imbalance that formed at the 951. I could retry again for continuation shorts because this would just be That would literally just be C3 continuation shorts.
Sean, bit of both.
A cock, Ashako. That's personal preference. I've been trading, I trade both NASDAQ and YM. NASDAQ, I like the structure for those shorts, but for my entry model, I couldn't find something. I couldn't find a reason to enter that. But YM gave me a clear entry signature with my model, so I just chose YM over NQ. But I was with Kane on liking shorts there. I just couldn't find framework for me to enter.
You're up 130% on your on the year on your long term. Well, maybe it sounds like you should chuck that in some ETFs and wait for that shit to just settle a bit. 130%. Dang. To be fair, some of my positions on my long term are up that much, but not my entire portfolio. I'm heading off here in 5, by the way. What would you look to long? Would you look to long? Nah, I'm just not looking to do anything. I went to see that invalidation form. They held the low, so like, I would leave it and come back tomorrow. Well, Monday, because I wouldn't touch it tomorrow either.
Fair enough. Are you ready?
I'm gonna try one contract here because ES looks like it's about to reject. I'll actually just keep my stop in place at the high. I'm preemptively getting in because I got out break even originally, so it's just a better entry on my original trade. That's kind of the thesis. I didn't ban you. I timed you out for 30 minutes because every day you say the same message, and every day we say the same thing, and you don't learn. So you're like a puppy. Sometimes you need to be put in your place. You're right. You are rude. And ES is weak as piss, and NQ just they just love it up here.
Boom, boom.
NQ is just saying no to the lows. Yeah, I think ES is gonna just drag it, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, why I'm still continuing lower. It's going for every small imbalance and just continuing. Chat likely gonna lock out. We'll see though. I'll see if I can frame these 10 o'clock YM shorts. We do have some big imbalances. I'm expecting a bit of a retrace here. So if we can retrace back into the 951 FEG here, could frame some 10 o'clock continuation shorts, and that's what I'd be interested in looking for. If not, then I will not be entering. It will be purely dependent on whether or not we get the given entry. Let's see, what type of SMT did we have up here as well? Did we have an SMT? Yeah, we did. We had a major SMT as well. Wow, that actually gave me lots of reason for these YM shorts then.
The fuck is going on? What kind of divorce? The divorce of a century. Nah, they just do this sometimes because they are correlated, but they have the underlying assets are different. So the sectors are performing slightly different right now, and that's just how that normally goes. Kane turned into the UK government by timing me out. No, if I was UK government, I would just ban you. Okay, ES took out that high. Do you have a favorite book? Soul for Happy by Magada. That's a pretty good book. He also wrote an AI book several years ago before, the AI as we know it today took off. And he said that it's actually a really good read. It's just about the dangers of AI and yeah. And he's a smart guy. He worked at Google he was head of Google X or something.
Oh, nice.
I can't. He was head of the department of Google where their whole job was to make impossible things a reality.
That's so neat.
Actually, that's their mission. Here's what we're trying to achieve, achievable. No, okay, let's do it. That's like,
There's 4 SMT here as well. Hello, do you see yourself still trading after 10 to 20 years? It's a great question. Honestly, I'd like to say yes, just because I actually genuinely, I mean, it does get boring sometimes, but I do enjoy it. But I mean, I think everybody's goal is to try and make the most amount of money by doing the least amount of work at some point. I'm going to say that in a lazy way, but like realistically for me, I think it'd be great to find ways of making, uh, income, full-time income or more than full-time income through businesses and also just like investment portfolios. So the ideal goal for me would be able to do that and then focus on starting companies and whatever else. That would be more up my alley. Also, I do want to give a reminder if you guys have not already, we're consistently over 200 of us in the stream. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the Lab Live segments. Does help us out a lot. Seems like you guys enjoy it as well. So if you have not already, make sure you guys are subscribing, liking, and following the Lab Live if you haven't already.
wait, why is my stop loss here? My stop loss should have been at the high. I'm not going to move it, but I should have been out of this trade. I was so confused as to why we just rejected a tick before my stop. Oh, two ticks, but they're gonna get it. There you go. Right, boys and girls, that's it from me. I have no intentions of touching it. I just put the same trade back on basically. Um, and that's it. Appreciate you all. I will
All
see
right.
you all on Monday. Good luck, and look after yourselves.
Later,
Peace.
later, Kane. Ciao, ciao. See you.
Ciao.
Alrighty, chat. Yeah, so for me right now, chat, once again, not much reason for me to get involved as of right now with price. Just watching to see how this generally plays out. Scoring 105 points there on NQ or on YM. I'm a happy camper. See how else I can capitalize on it, but as of right now, I'm quite content with how this has played out for me personally. So we will see. That was the 6 o'clock low here on the 3 minute on YM. 6:30 low. I'm just mapping this out really quick, chat, just to because we had the original Sisti closure here at the 927, and then that led to me getting involved in the short signature around here in general with the stop at this S&T high targeting a 1.5. Let's remove this. I'm trying to get my exact entry so I can. All right, 1.5 R there. Just a little bit more of a fill. There we go. All right, so there goes 10 o'clock. I wanted to see 10 o'clock trace into this fair value gap here, and it has not. So I'm just waiting because we failed this original fair value here, which led to market continuing lower. YM, as I mentioned, I wanted to see it trace back into an imbalance, which I think we actually might have a little bit. No, we formed equal highs here on YM inside of it. Wait, did we? No, we didn't. We formed a slight. Yeah, we formed kind of equal highs here on YM, and now we're continuing this trend lower. So honestly, this framework for continuations doesn't look too shabby. Does not look too shabby. Closure back below the 954 low here could look really promising for a continued move lower on YM. I would have liked to see it retrace more aggressively into this imbalance here that formed at the 951, but obviously can't win it all, chat. So that's what it was. It was this, by the way. That was the Yeah, it was 105. That's exactly what the trade was. Perfect. So that actually just confirmed it as well. I'm curious to know whether or not I want to try this with light size again. Try these micro YM, take a Sisti here because it didn't tag in, but we did form equal highs and it's a relatively small stop. So honestly, what I might do is I might just tag in for fun. I'm just gonna do super light size. We'll do like 3 to 6 micros here on micro YM and just put our stop or put a limit here at the Sisti, stop at this protected high, and then target a 1.5. So I might try this. Waiting on the world to change. What's up, Bradley? Up 450 times 3 on evals. Very nice. Leo, what's your buffer you target before taking a payout? It really depends, dude. It really depends. But I mean, most of the time I just try and get above the recommended buffer. And then I just trade for a week and I take a payout at the end of the week. That's like the typical for me. We're doing great, Danzo. We actually ended up scoring scoring a 105 point trade on YM with some relatively heavy size. So I'm a happy camper today, we could say. Bit of a happy camper. We also had a strength switch SMT, which was really solid. Major strength switch SMT with YM. So, all right, we'll see whether or not we can grab these continuations, chat. I'm a fan. What's up, Dan? YM has been the only trade of the day. Yeah, honestly, that's how I feel. YM feels like the only decent indice that was traded today. So, wow, that's just continuing lower. Well, we'll see whether or not we get a fill on this. I'm not actively in this, by the way. Decent, then I ran, then it ran one, I'm guessing like always. Yeah, it did, Dan. You're right. See, now this is just continuing lower right now, so we'll see what happens, chat. But it is just actively continuing lower. YM's just gonna run without us, it looks like. This was a really nice YM short though. I'm very content with how YM played out here. And now it's likely gonna just continue lower too. So all right, chat. Well, looks like YM's just gonna run without me. Classic nonsense. Had NQ long, took out, then bullied me, and then went straight to all-time highs. Yep, that's a classic. And then, as I mentioned, QQQs, we're going to see 700s today. And we're getting very close. Quite the day today, isn't it, chat? Quite the day, isn't it? Wow. Well, Wyman's ended up playing out. Let I just introduce you a quick question about this stuff you mentioned a few days ago. Yeah, I got you. Also, chat. I mean, this is just continuing lower now. Look at this. Wyman is just running. This would have been had I taken a market order entry on this too, this would have been great. I just wanted that limit since we were so close to it. But since we were so close, I should have just taken market here because that's going to continue to run lower now. Just I was getting this trade recap set as well, chat. But that did it indeed, didn't it? What a day. What a day. All right, chat. We've had some pretty iffy opens recently for me. Like for those of you that have been watching me trade recently, I've been trading my best, but over the past two opens, we've maintained some good stability back at these New York Open trading sessions and feeling pretty decent now. YM's gonna absolutely crush that 1.5R, by the way, just a heads up, chat, in case you guys are wondering. It's gonna absolutely destroy the 1.5R. I'm gonna have to just sit here and accept the fact that I missed it, but that's all right because we already took that winning trade. No, side note to my side notes, you have that airline pilot voice who can deliver absolute bad news, but in the kindest voice. Lol, love it. Ha. Isabel, I'm happy to hear that. That's really funny. We do not. Oh, well, there goes YM, dude. Damn it. Look at this chat. YM is just gonna rip. And it tagged out. It didn't tag out 1.5 on this yet. But I just want to map this out. I'm not in this, by the way, chat. I just wanted to map this out. You in this one? No, Sunny Ice. I missed this. To be 100%, I missed this. Completely missed this one, but that's all right. Just getting this recap for all of you. Good stuff today, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Isabel, that's a hilarious comment though. Delivering bad news on NQ with an airline pilot voice. That is great. What are you shorting? I'm not in this. I'm gonna write a note on my screen here. This is me. I was just mapping this out. Not in this continuation trade. Just so you guys know, I'm not in this continuation trade in specific. I was in the original shorts at the New York Open, but as of right now, I wasn't in this one. Wow. Alrighty. I'm off climbing. Cheers. I'm off climbing. Cheers to the streamlet. Also, I've had a lot of V6s now. Yet to get verse G7. Dude, good stuff, Dan. Hell yeah. Slow grind. How yeah. Dan, well, I'll respond to messages when I'm done the stream here. But dude, hope you have a great climbing session, boss man. I'll speak to you soon. Much love, brother. Have a good one. Um, chat. Why I'm continuing higher now. I really want to see how this plays out on these continuations because they just look really solid right now. So I'd like to see it continue. Much love, my guy. Much love back, brother. Hope you're doing well. If it comes back to the tag, would you get in? Potentially. I think I would more so look to grab this like a secondary continuation off of this gap though. So I'd probably get a re-entry on a completely different trade. Do you have any method to stop shorting all the time? Stop doing reversals, just continuation? I mean, I trade either reversals if there's like a strong SMT, like, or a manipulation at the open, like we see with YM, or I'll trade continuations if I don't like the look of a reversal signature. I'm just trying to get this open, chat. Oh, did not mean to delete that. Could you look at the 3-minute, 30-minute on NQ, por favor? Yes, I can. Let me look at it. You think we're going for 30K? Oh, 100%, dude. 100%. I think NQ's trying to make its way there. It's going to make its run. It's 100% making its run right now. So honestly, we're just going to see higher on NQ. We formed a C2 sweep, then we swept into this, probably formed an SMT within this gap fill as well. It's likely we formed an SMT in this gap fill. Watch this. Let's see. Actually, no SMT because ES continued lower. Actually, might have that with YM though. Nope, no SMT in there, but we did form this gap. And we retraced into the gap, closed above, created a protected low. So for this style trade, a long signature looks pretty decent here. 10 o'clock longs look pretty good. You would just grab a market order entry, literally put your stop at that protected low, target of 1.5. That's all you would do. And this is likely going to trade out because even though we didn't get a bearish leg that led to it, this was an original bearish candle that flipped bullish. We retraced into this fair value gap on the 3-minute, respected it, closed above the 10-12 high. And so this becomes your entry signature. So this is likely going to play out. But for me right now, I told you guys at the start of the stream, I wanted to see QQQ 700s. You guys can literally look at earlier in the stream we're going to see QQQ at 700. NASDAQ as well, looking awfully bullish as well. So that is actively what I'm looking for. But YM, on the other hand, I'm trying to see if we can grab something, but looks like she's just going to run, dude. Yeah, so look, you'll see NASDAQ play out now. No one really should have opened the charts today, gang. Yes, and Q unquote. So yeah, that's true. True, but I still like the framework on YM with the manipulation. So I would take that trade 100 times out of 100. Look at this. And Q tagged out that. You see that? Wherever it was going, I was running. Yeah, exactly. See, look at this. NASDAQ runs here. So NASDAQ now ran out to that TP. YM now ran to this TP. It's like today was an easy read for my model chat. I can't even lie. Easy read for the model today. Can't even lie. And that's a C3. So that's a C3 continuation. Now we wait for the 1030 to open here, and that's going to be a C4. So I'm going to do a vertical option V, sorry. I'm going to wait for the 1030, see if we can get a C4 continuation now. My model is watch for a retrace, watch for a C2 sweep, SMT, changes data delivery closure, or I look for a continuation, retrace into a fair value gap, respect it, continue lower off of that. That's the general verdict. I don't like that I have this middle line here. How do I get rid of this? And there's a short position here. I realized I had that line that I didn't like. Really didn't like that line. Look, that would have been another 98 points on YM, by the way, guys. Would have been another 98 points on YM. Insane. You genuinely can't make that up. This one was out. Okay, TTFM with SMT. Exactly. It's a variation of TTFM with an SMT. Oh yeah, apologies. Let me just zoom out. So I'm gonna watch for the 1030, and honestly, we'll probably see a C4 continuation. Yeah, pretty good. It works super well, and it's been working wonders for me. It doesn't work all the time, but when it does, it works well. And Q gave longs the 15-minute SMT with the S. Yeah, it also gave a really good 3-minute long signature as well. Gonna just wait for the 1030 here, chat. TTFM, the T-Trades fractal model. T-Trades fractal model. I'm gonna request a payout on my funded right now, since I now have that option. Nice movement today. Funded Next I've heard is really good. I actually personally haven't traded Funded Next accounts. Also the 700 was tagged on Q's. What a day. All right, watch with this 1030. We formed another imbalance here. So price is quite drawn out though on YM though. That's the only thing to make note of here. We look at this price range from the open. We're down over 400 points or down over 380 points. I respect Alex too. I'm just definitely not joining the 15-second army. I can't do the 15-second army. Bro, how much do you risk on a funded it depends on how big of a buffer I have, but if it's a new 50K funded, I risk 150 to $250 of risk per trade. Sometimes 350 if it's a high confidence. Damn, I gotta wait for this. C1, C2, C3, etc. You're talking about 1 hour candle for a second and so on. Yes, correct, Pico. Spot on. Alrighty, we have 2 minutes here till the 9:30. I'm gonna wait for the 9:30 here. Just making sure I get everything uploaded as well. Solid day, you got 2 stopped and closed the day with my Apex vehicles max TL. Solid day, you got 2 stopped and you closed the day. My Apex closed my day with max TL. Oh no. How have you resized in on that, Karn? Also, once again, chat, if you have not already, make sure you are liking and subscribing to the stream. As per usual, it helps us out a lot. So if you have not already, make sure you guys are doing that. Happy Thursday. I'm just getting everything. Oh, what's up, Jay? What is up, Jay? Good seeing you, boss. Hope we're doing well. That's the 10:30 open here, chat. So for me, YM's expanded quite a bit already, but if we can trace back into this imbalance here on the 3, respect that with the SysD closure, likely look for a small 1.5 hour continuation, but really, really solid in terms of what we're seeing so far, guys. I'm a huge fan. Also, the strength switch SMT here on YM for that New York Open manipulation was bread and butter. What's up, Jay? Good seeing you, dude. I was not expecting to see you in here. What is up? I didn't take this although I'm not in on this anything here as of right now. I'm watching this 10:30 retrace. How's it going, Jay? How's your day of trading? Risk 5 points on a QM mark levels, 5 second entry, but coming back to TFM is way more consistent. Yeah, the at least the candle 1 through candle 4 structure works really well for me personally. I'm short on CL right now. Very nice. I haven't seen what CL is looking like. What's CL looking like? Oh, nice, dude. Very nice. CL back below the hundreds as well. Nice, dude. Fuck yeah. That's sick. There we go. Very nice. I haven't, dude, respect to you. Showing bro you on my recommended how to pop up. Oh, that's sick. There we go. Good seeing you, Jay. Hope you're doing well, boss. Um, yeah, dude. Dude, your new post on the ground, by the way, was fuego. Absolutely milked it, dude. That was sick. I like that. I saw it pop up on the feed. I was like, my boy's winning right now. Yeah, I'm by the way, chat, for those of you wondering, I think I'm locked out here. If I take anything, I'll just take a small size on my personal on these YM continuations, but we're down over 380 points as of right now, so I'm not really keen on wanting, well, actually, that's a lie. We're down over 400 points. Let's let you take care. Yeah, you as well, boss. How we going? So for me, I don't know if I really want to take anything since we are down nearly 8% on YM today. So I'm like, if this plays out, I'm locked out on the fundeds now, but if this plays out somehow, I'd be interested in taking light size in the personal. But we are up as well on the personal today quite a bit. So to use 1 hour chart for C2, C3, and then 3 minute entry. No, 1 hour I use for 5 minute entry. 5 minute aligns with the 1 hour, 3 minute aligns with the 30, 1 minute aligns with the 15. And that's what I trade. There must have been an angel by my side. If we inverse this, by the way, on the three, I'm not interested in taking these shorts either. Do you use 1 hour chart for C2, C? Okay, yeah, of course. What are your thoughts on ES 15 minute at the moment? Let me give you my thoughts. Let me also open up the NQ final chart. ES 15 minutes at the moment. We have this major imbalance that we failed to close above twice now. So for me, likely look for price to head lower. If we inverse this fair value gap on the 15, I'll be re-scouting to see whether or not we can spot these Thursday 3 a.m. highs, aka London highs. If we do not see if we do not see an inversion here, I'm looking back for the 945 low on ES. Looking for the 945 low and then potentially down at these 6 o'clock lows. There must have been an angel by my side. Like the stream to be consistently probable, guys. Yeah, pre-reg, I appreciate that. Thank you. But we will see. It was looking for a see-through on 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah, it's gonna depend here. Ideally though, this doesn't look good. If you're inside of a major imbalance, you want to see it either inverse it or reject off of it. Inversing the level would change my bias for sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this would also be, you also have to realize actually, this would be too wide of a stop. Yeah, if this played out, you could see a continuation sequence. Thoughts on GC shorts? Um, I like the sweep out. Do we have SMT with silver? We do have SMT with silver. It's not the worst then. And I like gold better in this example too. On the thoughts on GC shorts, 15 looks good here. So the 1 minute confirmation of that SMT looks quite solid. Let me see what we're looking for here. It already confirmed that. So GC shorts look pretty good. Wait for the new 15-minute, which is this one. Trace into this imbalance. If this closes below, this could be a continuation even in it of itself here. I do like this. These are decent. GC shorts look all right. I don't like this 1 minute, but they did look decent with the S&P confirmation. If this 1 minute inverses, I'm less keen on that unless it fails the inversion. Also, yeah, this, by the way, I think I'm going to lock out the charts on YM today. Do you consider a swing protected swing when it closes through a fair value gap? What do you mean by closes through? Like if it inverses a fair value gap, or if you mean it respects it and closes below 60? If we respect the fair value gap and reclose below, like this is an example, this becomes a protected high. Like this example here. This 60, if we close below, we even though we swept the fair value, we respected it because we re-rejected and failed to inverse it. So upon the 948 closure, this 945 high now becomes a protected high. Inverse fair value gap then makes 60. Yes, but I don't really trade. If I trade an inversion most of the time, I don't trade inversion fair value gaps. I just use them for confluence. Same with metals inversely correlated with oil at the moment. Yeah. It doesn't look bad. Shorts don't look bad. I'm a fan. I mean, if we're holding this fair value here, I didn't like the 1 minute, but we failed to close below. So reclosure back below the level here, 4758.5 is going to be really nice when it comes to looking for shorts. At least a re-entry into those shorts. And that's what I'll be looking for personally. There must have been an angel. Do you see NQ shorts still valid? I personally was not looking into NQ shorts. I'm not trying to short near all-time highs, chat. The simple answer is I do not see NQ shorts being valid at all right now. Look at this 15-minute framework and tell me that you're interested in looking for NQ shorts off this. I'm not. Did ES sweep out London High today? I just forgot to check that. ES didn't sweep out London High, did it? No, it didn't. To watch for distribution. Wow, ES continuing higher. NASDAQ at literal is NASDAQ at all-time highs now. Yep, all-time highs on NASDAQ again, guys. I don't think you can make this up, man. This is crazy. What's Nvidia at as well? Nvidia up back to the 213, Shopify 124. Shopify is dying a bit. Did Shopify fuck up their earnings, chat? Does anybody know why Shopify just shat the bed? 130 on literally it was 130 all the way down to 108 now. We're looking to see for maybe a rip. Yeah, I think we're just going to see price continue higher. I mean, clearly market's ready to move higher. It wants to move higher. SLV shares are back up as well. Tesla at 412, crazy. Tesla at the 412 would be really nice to see it back up at the 490s. SLV shares back up above 71, I believe. 74 on SLV. Nice, dude. We will take that any day, chat. What a day. New strategy, just long NQ. Yeah, at every retrace, just long NQ. Also, see how I didn't want to take YM because we were consolidating, or not consolidating, we already had a 400 point move on YM, so I'm not interested in trading YM for that reason. Look at this chat. Look at how beautiful that is. SLV back up at 74. That is beautiful, man. What a day, chat. Chat, what do we think? 30,000 by next week? 30,000 by next week, chat? What do we think? Oh, I actually have quite a bit of SPY here, all right? 3450. Wow. We're looking to see two confirmed. Yeah. Chat, as of right now, I mean, we're just kind of ripping on everything, man. I can't framework anything. I'm just locking out. I'm locked out. Let me lock out fully, even from the personal. I don't want to take another trade today. Save myself the mental strain from taking another trade and just carry on. Carry on, carry on. Hmm. Yeah, look at NQ, man. Can't make that up, chat. Can't make that up. I use the actual on the prop firms. Yeah, I lock out. I actually use the lockout feature on Trade for Trade prop. But on my personal account, it's a mental lockout. I mean, I won't feel the need to trade. Chat, I'm up over 500 bucks on everything and over 1,000 on the personal. Like, I just paid a full-time salary and significantly more. So I have no reason to want to trade that. Hence, why I will not trade that. Preview edge, I think it's important. If you can build the mental stability to not lock out or to not need a lockout tool as well, I mean, like, good on you, man. Like, that's a really hard thing for a lot of people to do. I appreciate all the info you share with us, brother. Yeah, of course, Dylan. How's it going with you, by the way, Dylan? Always lovely seeing you in here, bro. Always, always a pleasure seeing you in here. Fernando, besides TT, who would you consider was the biggest educational influence that you still use it every day? Well, I come from a big options background, so a lot of my options analysis correlated well with futures. So to be 100% honest with you, it was just a lot of my options education helped me out a lot as well. So TT was the biggest one when it came to the transition to futures for me, and also MMXM. He's really, really good as well. Let's say NQ closes as 1 hour C2 reversal, so I can look for C3 continuation, but ES didn't close as C2 reversal. Since NQ closed as C2, would you consider ES as C2 too? ES doesn't close inside C1 range. If you have an SMT, yes, Wolf. Wait, let's say NQ closes at 1 hour C2 reversal, so I can look for C3 continue, but ES didn't close as C2 reversal since NQ. No, you wouldn't consider ES a C2 unless there was an SMT at the highs. So let's say you manipulated a high on NASDAQ and ES continued a lower high. ES would be considered the stronger asset in that SMT pair. And so you would consider that a C2 for both assets. You would just want to trade the stronger asset, which would be ES. That would be, yeah. So you would scout to see if an SMT is present. If an SMT is present, trade the SMT. No SMT involved, then ES is not a C2. ES would not be a C2. If an SMT is involved, ES is a C2. If there's no SMT, ES is not a C2. Because you want to see a C1 range, C2 manipulation, C3 expansion. Or C2 manipulation and expanding to the opposing side, C3 expansion. Was close to getting funded after almost a month, was just $70 away and now almost about to blow the account. Can't stick to one strategy. I guess Akash, I'm assuming you're just scalping high price action candles though. I would bet my money that you don't even have a defined entry model. You're just trading high price action candles. I've worked with a lot of one-on-one clients, and with that type of mentality, it's you're just FOMOing into every trade, I'm assuming. Solid day, took the continuation on NQ at 10 a.m. following your model. Solid. Very nice, Dylan. I'm happy to hear that. Very, very happy to hear that. I'm glad that's been making a big difference for you as well. Have you been enjoying it for the most part, like trading the model in general? In that case, it's a couple. Should I wait for reversal confirmation from ES to trade on Q? Um, Wait, sorry, I'm trying to fully understand NQ codes so I can look for C3 continue ES to it's a couple. Should I wait for a reversal confirmation from ES to trade NQ? No, you can trade NQ if NQ gives you a clean structure. You can definitely trade NQ. Just know that it's a lower probability. That's why when I look for C2s, higher probability C2s always have an SMT present for me. So you won't typically catch me. Like technically you could trade NQ, but it's going to be lower probability. That seems the problem truly because I get the direction right, but I can't find the right entry because even though I see OB, I would not let it test the OB. Yeah, see, I can guess that. I've worked with enough one-on-one individuals and have gotten enough DMs from people. I could tell we're $70 away from being funded into immediately almost back to blowing an account. You don't do that from trading an entry model, especially that quickly, right? That's just you're scalping, and that's not the behavior you want in these markets at all. Akash, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be stable long term for you to trade like this. C2, candle one sets the range. C2 sweeps the range. C3 expands off of C2's expansion. It's a fractal framework. If you really want to learn more, I'd recommend searching up T trades online. Um, Amulo, I put my Discord in chat there. That's under Leo Invest. So add me on Discord and DM me if you guys have any questions. I'll leave that open for all of you. Yeah, of course, Axis. Omo, if you want to hop, I just put in the chat. It's my Discord right here. And we're likely going to continue to expand. We might even see 29K today. Would you consider an inverse fair value gap level potential C2 confirmation? Yeah, Fernando, that can work. Except I really don't, I just don't trade inversion fair value gaps. It's cool when I see it as a confluence, but I just personally don't trade inversions. Alrighty, chat. Reversal on YM 1 hour 15 minute. Let me see. Really quick, let me just get this. Forgot I was on replay. Um, potentially, potentially could also be a deep retrace into this imbalance here before we see a 15-minute expansion, because this could still be a 4 hour expansion lower. It's just retracing to a 15-minute imbalance. So it really does depend. Understandable, less is more. Less is always more. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm just gonna be hopping off the segment here. I have no more reason to be around markets. I'm locked out. Another fantastic day of trading today for me. Killed it live in front of all of you once again, as per usual. We've been doing this consistently, so I'm a happy camper today, walking away today with one really nice trade, and now gonna just kind of do some content and get some other work done for the rest of the day, and then gonna be hanging out with the missus and the family. So, without further ado, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys are liking the stream. It helps us out a lot here at the lab. And if you guys do enjoy these style streams, you do enjoy me being on, make sure you guys let me know as well. I like to hear if you guys like my segments, so on and so forth. So, without further ado, I'm going to be hopping off today. Much love, everybody, as per usual. And I will see you all. I mean, we have PM session today. I forgot who's doing PM session. I believe Alex is doing PM session. But hop on for PM session. And other than that, I'll see you all tomorrow morning for some more live trading. Anyways, much love, everybody. See you guys soon. Merci. De rien, pas de plus. À plus. Ciao, ciao. See everybody.